Now that you have your offer figured out, we're going to price your offer. So go ahead and open the pricing your offer document. You can find a link to that below this video or in the module link summary, and follow along as we go through this presentation. Now, if you've never sold a consulting offer before, you may have no idea how to price it. Remember, your job is to get your client from point A to point B as quickly and easily as possible. So your offer is not about your content, it is about transformation. Just keep it simple and priced based on value. Now, what is value-based pricing? It's pricing your offer based on the value that the customer receives, not the amount of work that you have to put into it. So you can see product-based design starts with the product, the cost to produce that product, the price, and then we get to value and the customer. Value-based design starts with your client. How much is this offer worth to them? What impact will it have on their life? It doesn't matter if it takes you 10 minutes or 100 hours to fulfill this. The price of your offer is going to come from what value you can provide to your customer. So step 1 in this worksheet, describe your point A. Where is your prospect now? How do they feel about it? What's going on in their life? What is this pain doing to them? What's going to happen if they don't do anything? So step 2 is to establish the cost of inaction. What is the cost of inaction for your client? Financially, emotionally, physically? What is the cost of their lifestyle? What is the cost to their family or their self-esteem, to their future potential earnings, to their health, their relationships, and their peace of mind? So you have to consider a holistic approach here and figure out what's really going to happen if nobody helps your prospect, and what are the long-term benefits of working with you. So step 3 is describe their point B. What do they want more than anything in the entire world? Describe what success looks like to them, emotionally, financially, spiritually. Write out what their day looks like when they've achieved what they set out to accomplish. What impact is this going to have on their life in terms of their health, their relationships, and their wealth? Then step 4 in the worksheet. What steps can they take to get to this point? So what are the alternatives and what is involved for them to get there? What's going to happen when they work with you? What steps are you going to go through? Step 5, what is it worth to them to get this result? So an easy way to think about this is if you were in their situation and you want to recall the pain they're in the point A, what would it be worth to you to get out of that pain? So I've told a story before about how I went to get a prescription filled and my insurance didn't cover it and it was $600. And while I had some sticker shock, it was more painful to not deal with that pain than it was to pay the $600. So what is it worth to them to get out of the pain and into their ideal situation? Step 6, what is a fair price for this result? So for most of you, I want you to price it at a minimum of $2,000. Remember, we're selling transformation here, not information. So you should have a big enough result you're providing to sell this for a minimum of $2,000. If it's a recurring client, so maybe it's a monthly fee, recurring minimum $1,000. So for the year, that's still going to be a $12,000 client. And if you provide a much bigger result and your confidence is already up, go ahead and price much higher than this. This pricing, the biggest factor for this is the transformation you can provide and the confidence you have in yourself and your offer and your ability to get those results. So you might have a $50,000 transformation that you could easily sell for $5,000, but if you're not confident in that offer, you might feel better just pricing it at $3,000 to start and then moving up to $5,000 once you get results for clients. The 10 times value rule says that you should provide 8 to 10 times the value that you're charging. So if you can save somebody $50,000 in their business, you can easily charge $5,000 for this. If you can make them $100,000 this year, you can charge $10,000 for this. Now, if you don't deal directly with money, if you're in relationships or health, don't worry. If you're making an impact on their health, you can add years to their life, or get them healthy enough to play with their kids, or get them the body of their dreams, or get rid of chronic illnesses and the need for medication and doctor's visits. So how much is that saved money and time worth to them? How much is that quality of life worth to them? If you think in those terms, you really get to see how much value you're providing. So if you're in relationships and you're saving marriages, or you're helping people find the one, or resolving conflict for high-level leaders, how much is that worth? How much do divorces actually cost couples, both in terms of financial consequences, splitting up the estate, dealing with attorneys, but also the consequences on their family, okay, on their health, on their mind? on their happiness and their contentment in life? What's it going to do to their children if they don't save that marriage? That's what you have to think about. So when you consider the true costs of not working with you, it's easy to see why you're so valuable. So the last thing in this exercise, based on the answers above in this worksheet, what is the pricing for your program? Remember, this is based on the worksheet. A lot of you are already going to start thinking about competitors and industry standards or anything like that, or what you're used to. So this is based on this worksheet and the value you provide to your client. Go ahead and write that down now. And you can see below this video, there's a little formula to share your finished offer with your program details and your pricing to the Facebook group. So go ahead and put it all together and then share it in the group for some feedback.